As a photographer, I've been shooting weddings for years. I've shot couples from different backgrounds, different ages, different perspectives. Given I'm just a photographer, I'm not a priest or a philosopher or some kind of minister or something. You'd think I'd be able to see it. I'd be able to figure it out, what adds up to a successful marriage, which ones are going to make it and which ones aren't. But I can't. When I meet a couple, they're happy. They're in love. Call me an easy sell, but I believe them. I'm optimistic. I look at them, I say to myself, these kids got it. This is going to last. I couldn't possibly question it. But the truth is, I have no idea. Okay, so you meet two people who do pull it off, and they stay together. You ask yourself, how do they do that? What's the formula? What are the ingredients to something like that?
I want you to imagine a view of the Earth from outer space, looking down upon this gorgeous blue and green planet, and zooming down specifically, let's say to North America, with their beautiful coastlines and the breathtaking wilderness and the canyons and the valleys and the lakes. And imagine now eons after all of this was created in its original glory, that mankind and governments moved in and started drawing lines in the sand. Now, this is where Canada is going to start, and Mexico is going to be over here, and Kansas and Utah, and drawing all these lines and boundaries and definitions. In a certain sense, this is a fitting metaphor for marriage, something that had been created by God at the very beginning. And then eons later, governments have shown up and made rules and regulations. Now, this is how the contract would work, and this is how prenuptial agreements work, and child custody laws. And sometimes, in the midst of all these rules and regulations, we lose sight of the beautiful creation that preceded all of man's regulations having to do with it. What we need to realize is just like North America as a landmass existed long before governments, so too did marriage itself exist as an institution because it was created by God long before the government had any laws and rules and regulations about it. But sometimes we need to put aside all of our preconceived ideas and expectations and notions of marriage from a legal perspective to step back and open our hearts to perhaps what God's original plan is for man and woman.